Monday. I felt like filming this week in my life again. After not being in the mood to film for like 2 to 3 weeks. Also, I was sick last week again, which is very unusual of me or for me. But the eclipse season has come to an end and I feel like my body really needed to detox some stuff out of my system. I also started to work again in catering at the company of my friends. And I worked the last 2 days. This morning I felt like a car or a bus rolled over me. So I really needed to come back to myself, my heart, my body after 2 days of pretty hard physical work. I love this kind of work. I love being in service. I love making people happy with service. And at the same time, I really need to ration this kind of work because it's really tough on the body. So today I'm just flowing freely. I had a cacao at home. I did Pilates. And now I'm going to give a parcel, something I sold on Vinted, to the post office. This week I have some, just cool and also normal stuff to do. Tomorrow I'm going babysitting in the evening for 3 hours. On Wednesday I have the first call of my new membership I launched. On I think Saturday I'm also working, or no, Friday I'm working and catering again. And other than that, I just have normal stuff: gym, food, and doing the normal daily life things, which I'm very excited about because it's fall and I love fall. So welcome to a new week in my life, and have fun. I am not fully recovered of my cold yet, and it's been over a week now, which is crazy to me. Like, do you remember those times when a cold lasted for 3 days? I sometimes don't know if it's the age or if like the viruses have kind of changed, probably both. But it's so crazy to me to be like affected by cold for like so long, especially for me regarding my training. It's kind of annoying at some point to not be able to fully train, but that's often the message behind having a cold. Often it's because it wants to tell us something. Always a sickness or symptoms of the body are you know, signs from your unconscious and from, you know, your psyche. I don't really believe in sicknesses, so I really try to see the gain here and not like, oh, I'm still sick, but still it's human to be annoyed when you're like out of order for like a week, because it's just annoying. But the massage was amazing as always. It's always too short though. I really have to start booking 90-minute massages instead of 60 minutes. Also today, I've been having kind of a weird day. I don't know. During the massage, a sentence came to me, which is, some days are for questions and some days are for answers. And most of the time, there have to be days of questions to get days of answers, you know? And chaos creates clarity and questions create answers. So obviously not every day can be great. You cannot feel great every day. You cannot feel clear every day and at ease and joyful and whatever. That's obvious. And at the same time, there has been a feeling today, like a feeling of kind of smallness, but like not smallness, but a feeling of, I am here and meant for so much more than what I'm currently receiving and creating in my business, basically. And that really frustrated me. Like now I'm like, after the massage and stuff, I'm feeling better, and also the sun came out, which also helps. But you know, I just want to tell you that it's absolutely human and normal to feel that way. And you know, sometimes on these days, or on days like that, I tend to kind of not specifically overthink the topic that's moving through my system, but you know, when it's like today that I'm feeling like, okay, I want to make so much more money, I want to have so many more clients, I'm kind of overthinking the fact, or like the question of, should I be doing anything else, or is there something that I don't see that I should look into? You know what I mean? This is what I mean. It's not specifically overthinking, but it's like kind of overthinking. You know what I mean? But in the end, I always come to the conclusion, after years of doing this work and inner work and working as a self-employed person, that there has never been any positive outcome of me pushing answers or pushing action steps. So I always tell myself, you know, this day of questions is important, this state is important. It's important to feel that way, because just by that, answers and manifestations and desires can come, you know. Because if you feel uncomfortable, that's your system telling you that there is something more for you. At least that's what I'm feeling right now. My system is telling me what I'm living right now is too small for me. And not that I didn't know that beforehand, but the more uncomfortable you are, the more you will and have to move in a different direction. Not specifically by doing more and, you know, this hustling kind of vibe, but just for energetic alignment in a different direction. Yeah. What's also really important to know is when you're sick, when you're having symptoms, let's call it that way, your mind and your whole, like your soul, everything, the connection to the source, everything is not as if you were not having symptoms. Just always remember that when I'm sick, my mind and my whole system is working completely differently, and doubts and fears are way louder than when you're healthy. Just remember that. Good morning. I have really been in one of the most intense processes of my life the last 2.5 months. Started in the midst of June. I know that specifically because that was the day I recorded a podcast episode about exactly that, or that event that started it. And it has really been intense. I think I've talked about it in my last vlogs too. I decided to ditch, I think that's the word, all the rules and everything you should do to be successful in your business, and with all the consequences. Like I said, I want to be free, and I'm not gonna do anything anymore that I'm not feeling like and that doesn't feel aligned. And that started off a very, very intense process that has been going on up until now. I don't even know. I mean, processes are never like finished, but I feel like this process has changed so much inside of me and has had me shed a layer so thick I didn't even know it existed that way. Then we went to Portugal end of July. Was very intense there. Then we got home. I had these like stomach issues and symptoms. Then we went to Portugal again. Then I went sick. I got sick. Sick. I had symptoms. Let's put it that way. And my cold has been going on up until like 2 days ago. Like yesterday, I think was the first day I could smell properly again. So, and like if there's like stuff coming out of your nose, and like in general, it's a sign for cleansing and detoxing. And 2 days ago, I had a very, very intense day where a lot of frustration came up regarding a part of my business. And yesterday morning, I really pulled myself out of that. You know, there's times where it's necessary to sit with uncomfortable feelings. I'm so sorry if you hear the noise in the background, that's construction work. There's times where it's necessary to sit with your frustration and with uncomfortable emotions. And there's really times where I feel like, okay, now it's time to pull myself out of that. And yesterday morning, I felt like, okay, now it's time to pull myself out of that. And I did that. And I realized that I had been telling myself so many stories around something regarding my business. To be precise, it's about making bigger money, having more like long-term clients, having more one-on-one clients. And that has been a topic for the last 3 years. Like the first 2 years in my business, I always had quite a lot of one-on-one clients. And then at some point, it kind of switched. And there has been so much stuff coming up around this topic. Like, I realized just yesterday and today so much around that I've been telling myself that there's something wrong with me because this is my situation. I realized that this topic has been so painful the last few years, and I've been kind of accepting that in a way, but also always tried to kind of change it, but I didn't really hold the frequency of wanting it for long enough. And yesterday I really made the decision, I'm not gonna let that go now, and I'm gonna hold the frequency of that and embody the person that is already in that situation. And this time, making this decision really felt different than any other time I made that in the past. And I really feel like now it's really time, and it's going to change, because everything I set my mind to and my system to that I want to change, it always works out. And I kind of compared it to a friend yesterday with my diet I did this year. Like, for the longest time, I can remember I wanted to lose like the last 5 to 6 kilograms of fat. And I kind of never felt ready to do it. And I kind of also accepted that I was looking the way I looked and feeling the way I felt, but I never was happy with it. And then this end of March, I realized, okay, I really want to change it. And I started a diet, and it worked, and I'm still holding that weight, and I'm feeling so much more myself, and I shed so much like emotional buffer. Also, this diet was the beginning of such not like it opened up this deep process that happened this year, because fat is always some kind of buffer for like a protection. And once I lost that fat, it kind of opened up so much. So I kind of compare this situation now with my diet. It feels kind of the same energy, like a topic that I've been carrying around with me for the last few years, that I've never been happy with, never been satisfied with, that I kind of accepted, but also that always kind of pained me. And now I really decided this is going to end now. And I am going to hold the frequency of making big money, having more one-on-one clients, because that's what I want. And yeah, just a little rant about what's been going on with me the last few weeks.
Vielleicht hilft mir hier. Mal nicht einmal einen Samstag eine Restaurant hat die umgesetzt. Guck mal, da kann man jetzt wieder.
Also, fall and winter time is an amazing time to start supplementing vitamin D. And what I'm also taking again is this black cumin oil, which is super, super good for inflammation and has really helped me with my scalp, actually. So I've been having little patches of like, a little inflamed scalp for years. And when I took the black cumin oil half a year ago, they all went away. And now, because I stopped taking it over the summer because of the heat and everything, they kind of came back in some spots. So I'm now taking it again. And also vitamin D, like I've learned the last few winters, in November, my body is starting to feel drained. And once I start taking vitamin D3, my body is like feeling normal again. So this year, I told myself I'm going to start taking it earlier. And I just realized I have still some food in my face. Great. This is one of the most delicious apples I've ever eaten. Outside fruit, you cannot beat. I found it, and don't be grossed out. It fell on this spot probably, that's why it's like brownish there, but it looked so good that I just had to try it. So I ate kind of around those spots and it's so good. Also, not a revolutionary thought, but if you find yourself being in your head too much, you need to get outside into nature. Touch the ground, go barefoot, eat something you found on the ground, breathe fresh air. Honestly, your body in nature is the cure to everything. I am super exhausted from training. I changed my training to, like, I leveled up my training to going for, I don't know how to say that in English, like the maximum, like the max strength I can do. And also with that, I changed the fact that I'm eating something before my training. I used to be someone who works out on an empty stomach forever. But now that I need all the strength I can get because I want to grow my muscles, I need to eat something before training, today has been the first day I did that. And today was glute day, and I'm just laying on the couch because I'm super exhausted with little grizzly bear. And also, I spontaneously started Substack. I'm like just trying it out because there you can actually write a lot more, put a lot more text into a post than on any other social media platform. And yeah, I do have a brainstorm session with 2 other women in half an hour. We're going to talk about organizing our own spiritual festival, maybe next year or in 2027. So that's going to be exciting. And yeah, this morning I had a very powerful somatic session with one of my favorite mentors. And today is an interesting day because I don't want to like extend this too much, but I told you yesterday that I asked for expansion in a certain area, in a very important area of my life and my business. And the universe answers and your body answers very, very quickly. And I asked for bigness, and my system is now responding with feeling small, which is a sign of my system, purging out and detoxing out all the things that don't fit my desire and my question, my quest. So I just want to let you know, if you want something in life or in business, whatever it is, and you're asking the universe for it, you're asking the source, you're asking God, whoever you're talking to, a higher power, or even if you're just asking yourself, you're deciding it. Everything that is happening after that is always happening for you. If you're feeling small, if things happen to you that don't feel good, this is something you created, and this is your body, the universe responding to that quest. And it's never anything against you. It's always happening for you. If you ask for bigness, in my case, and the next few days or in the next few weeks, you're feeling a lot of smallness coming up, this is your system and the universe asking you to purge it out, to purge everything out that doesn't fit your desire and your quest. I am having the most insane muscle pains from yesterday's training, so that I decided to rest today. I did a tiny Pilates circle this morning to just move a little bit, but I can't keep going on like that. Like, the step from working out normally to like working out to maximal strength has caused me so much muscle pain the last few days that my body seems to be inflamed the whole time, which is not a good feeling. And I'm also having a headache the whole time from that. So yeah. On another note, I think it's not raining right now, only a tiny bit. I'm very, very happy to be writing on Substack. If you're not on Substack, it's a really, really cool, very slow pace platform. It's like Instagram, but without all of the pictures and all of the videos. I mean, there are some pictures, but it's way more slow, way better for your nervous system. You can really just like read stuff, and also write stuff if you like to write like me. And today I published an article about my path, my very unusual path, my career path, and what it means to not be conform with the system and to not, you know, have this classic career path where you hustle and grind and everything. And it really comes from my heart. It's really, really nice. It made me very happy to write it. And yeah, if you want to, you can read it on Substack. I'm trying to link all of my things in the show notes in the description box below. And yeah, I also noticed how nice it is, again, to just create, not to have a goal in mind, not to sell anything, just to create because you want to. And that was really a good reminder, again, because and in the last few months I've already gone into this direction more and more and more and more, or fully. And today was a good reminder again that creating just to create is amazing. So my boyfriend is coming home in a few minutes. He was on a hiking trip. We're gonna go into the city just because I feel like it. Now it's raining again. And tomorrow we're gonna go on a mushroom hike, which will be also really cool because I love mushrooms and I love hiking and I love the forest. So yeah, it's gonna be nice and it's gonna be a very soft weekend. I have been making this homemade protein shake for the last few evenings instead of eating something sweet for dessert. And it has been giving me life. It's so yummy. I'm putting in passion fruit, mango, Quark. That's a German thing, okay? It's the only way I can describe it is like a very high protein Greek yogurt, just that it comes in different fat variations. So there is one version with like almost no fat, there is one with a lot of fat, and there is one in between. I'm taking the one in between because I hate anything with zero fat, okay? I don't get how people like this. It's also not healthy. There's so many good probiotics when you eat yogurt and stuff like that, but not in the versions without fat, okay? So I've been putting this in, and then like half a scoop of vegan vanilla protein, and then this shake like easily has a good 30 grams of protein. And today I didn't even eat dinner because we had like a late lunch, and I'm still full of that. So I'm having this for dinner, which is great. And maybe I'm gonna put in some flax seeds too for the digestion. And yeah, this is how it looks. Hello. So it's Tuesday today, and I'm gonna edit the vlog right now and start editing. And I just wanted to share that this week that I've been showing you, or like taking you along with for, is or has been kind of interesting because I've been finding myself being like a little caught between extremes again. Like I've been starting training again and going like all in and like maximum strength because I want to build more muscle. And then again, my body was so sore all the time and also reacted in a way of like, okay, I need to rest now. I mean, obviously a body needs rest, but I don't know. I've been discovering once again how sensitive my body is and how important it is for me to have a very, very healthy balance between go and flow. And you know, when you see all of these like YouTube videos, and I think I've been saying this in another vlog before, but you see so many vlogs of people like doing all kinds of different stuff and doing their to-dos. And even for me, it's like interesting to watch vlogs where people are like running errands and doing this and doing that. But at the same time, I'm always like, how are these people fitting in so much stuff in like one day? And I've been like trying to, in some days also do that and like, you know, fit in all of my to-dos. And I just have to say I'm not that kind of person. I personally think that nobody is that kind of person, but we've just learned as humans to like push ourselves so much. And I'm just not having it. I'm just especially right now, there's like a very intense phase. Today is a full moon in Aries. And it's supposed to be a super, super strong full moon, very intense. And I feel like these last 3 months have been intense altogether. This whole year has been intense, also astrologically and energetically, but like the last few weeks, eclipse season and post-eclipse season and the full moon. I mean, there's always something, but I feel like especially the last few months have been really intense. And you know, what I just want to say with that is just take care of your body, take care of yourself. And by that, I don't mean be healthy, have healthy routines, go work out, not that hustle stuff, but find a routine that nourishes go and flow at the same time and to the same extent. And yeah, that's just what I want to say right now. I'm really tired. It's like 8 o'clock or something in the morning. And I don't know. I'm just tired. Yeah. I've been getting up and drinking my tea right now. Maybe starting to edit now. Been taking a little time to meditate and yeah. I just don't feel like doing anything today. But I have to work later, which is fine. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Let me know in the comments what you want to see more of. Any thoughts, any emotions, questions you have, and see you next time. Bye.